Good morning. This tutorial is to walk you through our chi-square test investigation. So let's just get started. The first thing you need to do is find the total population using the sum formula. So we're going to click in next to total population. It's going to be equal sign, then sum, S-U-M, open parentheses, and we're going to add up these four. So I'm going to grab those four cells and hit enter, and that's our total population. So just clicking in that cell again, you can see up here, this is this was the formula that needed to go in. Those are that's all of the flowers that we looked at. Now, remember, this is a investigation of linked genes. And by the way, I made these numbers up. Your numbers are going to be different. You'll use the numbers in your in the assignment. So let me just write that in again. Equal sum, open parentheses, grab that. There's our observed value, the total number of individuals that we looked at. Our expected value is basically going to be the average of these. So because it's going to be 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. So let's use the average formula. Equal average, and then open parentheses, grab these four cells, 450. That's our average. We can plug that in then into these four cells. That's what we would have expected if the genes were not linked at all. We should have seen a 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 outcome if they weren't linked at all. And so this is expected. This is what we actually saw. Just for, we don't really need this, but we're going to talk a little bit about standard deviation. It's an important statistical value that most people don't really know. We're going to look at the standard deviation of our observed values, and we'll talk about this later. But anyway, here's our observed values again, and we're going to use the standard deviation formula. Equal standard, and we're going to pick this second one here, stdev.p. And now we're just going to grab, these were the observed values, and see, that's what we get, 200 point something. Now let's do the standard deviation for our expected values. Equal st, take that second one there, and let's grab those. And what's our standard deviation? 0. So if you know what standard deviation is, great. If not, we're going to talk a little bit about it later on. It's a better, a more powerful and more meaningful value for average. It's like average, only telling you more than average. So finally, we're going to do our chi-square test. And this is a little bit tougher. So equal sign, CH, and got to be careful. We don't want the distribution. We're going to go down all the way to like the 7th one down, chi-sq.test. That's the one we want. So I'm going to double click on that. And so just so you see, we want chisq.test. Now in this case, we actually have to select two different things. First is actual, and then expected. So observed, I called it observed, they're calling it actual, then expected. It matters which one you put first. So our actual are right here, and then a comma. You have to have a comma, and then grab the other, and then close parentheses. And this is what we get. So that would be your chi-square value. Let's see. Sum, average, standard deviation, and chi-square. So now you're gonna take this number, whatever you find it to be, and then go back to your assignment. You're gonna find degrees of freedom, which were 3, and that's gonna be the third row down, and then find whatever your chi-square value was in that third row, and we're gonna want to know between what probabilities that chi-square lied, and then you can follow the rest of the directions to answer the questions. So that's it. Hope this helps.